All right, y'all. We got thinking football. Puka Nacua is actually a tight end.
Hey is known for his offensive wizardry, but his greatest skill is a step ahead of his peers. The Rams constantly morph and update their scheming, finding fresh ways to attack modern defenses. This year, they found a way to fool the analytics, leading the charge as the game's most creative attack. The modern era has seen defenses build themselves around the use of two high structures, match coverages, and light boxes, as they try to counter the ever-increasing spread game. So to be a successful NFL offense, you've got to find counters of your own. Sean McVay has found a way to do this by detaching his personnel from his formational use. On paper,
I do notice that. I see Whittington lining up tight very often. I haven't peeped that with Puka Nacua, but I've seen Whittington do that a lot, and he'll block and everything, bro. He be in there doing some dirty work.
the Rams appear to lead the league in 11 personnel usage, but really, they're a disguised 13 personnel ground and pound team. They might bring 3 receivers onto the field, but they ask 2 of them to act as pseudo tight ends, aligning tight and getting down and dirty. By detaching his personnel usage from his formations, McVay has consistently confused defenses into aligning incorrectly or in mismatched coverages.
Boy, I love to see some smart football, man. Oh my gosh.
When an offensive unit jogs onto the field, it's usually one assistant coach's job to shout out their personnel, and then the defense will match accordingly based on game plan, with the DC then calling the defensive play. Seeing 11 personnel, most modern defenses are going to play nickel, bringing 5 DBs onto the field to counter the speed, expecting some form of spread attack. So when the Rams condense and become a pseudo 13 personnel unit, defenses are left ill-prepared and overpowered. It's second and long here against the Eagles, and seeing 11 personnel, they're in nickel playing a 2 high quarters defense. But they just got completely overloaded at the point of attack. They try to compensate for the formation by using a 6-1 front, but the receiving trio completely seal the edge. And look at that space
That's crazy.
Kyron Williams can run into. He's practically
I feel like that 6-1 might be good if you're running down the middle, but especially with them they had way more leverage at the end right here. Much more leverage right here. So if they run outside again, which they did, easy money. Well, outside to this direction. The other direction would have been a lot difficult, but yeah, it's like the Eagles gave him this play for free. They gave him some free yards.
completely seal the edge. And look at that space Kyron Williams can run into. He's practically strolling for a first down. You can't just fake your personnel using any players. You need some special talent. 88 is Jordan Whittington, and he's one of the best blocking wide receivers in this league. And although he's only caught 12 passes this year, usually operates as the outer man when they go into these wing looks. 12 is Puka Nacua, and he's one of the most talented players in all of football, and what makes this whole system click. A do-it-all player, he's equally adept at slicing you through the air as he is leading the way in the run. Look at the fantastic block here, turning Mike Hilton out the gap to lead the way, followed by great climb blocks from Kobe Parkinson and Kevin Dotson. The Colts have done a better job to match the front and get 8 men into the box, but the numbers and angles advantage is still too much. Because this is Sean McVay we're talking about, creativity doesn't stop there, adding all manner of motions to get to this set and
Goodness
open
gracious.
up angles. Here, Jordan Whittington motions from tight left, with the ball snapped as he crosses its path, adding momentum to his edge sealing block. The motion gets them 5-on-5 numbers, and look at the double team between Higbee and Puka. The nickel stands no chance, getting blasted out the gap by Puka as Higbee climbs for the next man. Great job by the center to seal out the will, and the Rams create a chasm to run through. It's the same escort motion play again here on the wide zone, adjusted slightly to attack the Eagles' 6-1 front. They know the strong side edge is protected by DeJean here, having the left tackle and tight end double the 5-tech, with Higbee climbing to the mic, setting up Whittington to take out DeJean. Puka will then crack down on the late filling safety, getting Williams to the edge clean. Making corners tackle and linebackers cover is a key to offensive football, and Adoree Jackson can only drag him out of bounds after the first down. And here's a different motion that gets us to the same blocking assignment. Facing another quarters coverage shell, they start off in tight wing before Tutu Atwell exit motions as the ball is snapped. The tackle and tight end work the edge before a great climb by Davis Allen. Whittington clears out the nickel corner, and Tutu exit motions just to lay a crack block on the safety. Again, a corner's left one-on-one with the back, completely whiffing the cut before Blake Corum runs over the safety for the first down. Their most frequent motion path is with the insert concept. This sees one of these pseudo tight ends motion from out wide and insert themselves into the blocking scheme. This declares the attention much later and forces the defense to adjust to the overload on the fly, often leaving them short on numbers and out-angled. This time, Puka Nacua motions from the slot, inserting into the C gap as Kyren Williams is lead blocker. The insert motion has everyone crashing the box, and the Niners lose edge integrity as Kyren finds a cutback lane for 7. Again, Puka's the motion man, but he won't cross Stafford's path this time, instead inserting through the strong side C gap on the duo concept. The Rams get a hat on a hat even with Andrew Makuba diving into the box late, and a great double team between center and left guard creates green grass for Kyren to slice through. In kill the clock mode against the Colts, the Rams are in 12 personnel, but not really as Jordan Whittington motions over the B gap, leading the way on the dive. The big boys open a lane, and Williams seals the game with a first down. And although this isn't pseudo 13 personnel, it is insert and a great confirmation of the Rams' commitment to running the rock and being a physical football team. In true 13 this time, the only receiver on the field, Kanata Mumfield, will come in motion and insert through the C gap as the Rams commit 9 bodies to the box and force the Jags to match them. The edge and corner get caught peeking inside, and Williams escapes backdoor for the first down. The sponsor of this video, Kalshi, obsessed with odds and probability like some of the folks here at TF, want to study trends and potentially make a bag off your sports knowledge? Then allow me to introduce Kalshi. Kalshi is the first and only federally regulated prediction market in the US where you can trade on whether events will or won't take place, and it's now live on Robinhood and available in all 50 states. With over 1 million active users, Kalshi allows you to profit from your intuition or gain information by tracking how a crowd thinks an event is going to occur. For example, will Jacoby Myers be moved before the trade deadline? I think he is, so would trade for yes shares, potentially making money based.
What the heck, bro? This is the app you can bet anything on? That's crazy.
On the outcome of the trade. And it ain't just sports. Users can trade on the likelihood of anything from.
I'm gonna download it off the strength that I wanna just. I'm not a gambling man, but like, see if there's any football trends that I could catch on here that would be
from pop culture to politics.
Relative to fantasy football.
Want to try it out?
Making good moves.
Kalshi is giving out $10 to anyone who signs up using our code THINKING and trades at least $100 on the market. So act now. Thanks to the folks at Kalshi for sponsoring this video.
That's interesting.
What makes all this doubly effective is that their passing game is based off the same looks and motion, making it difficult for defenses to identify, getting caught overcommitting to the run, only to then get burnt by a receiver. They love the insert concept for this, as it drags the defender responsible.
This is very similar to what the Seahawks are doing. Very similar.
For this receiver into the run fit, only to then have to try to back out of it and defend the route. Here, Jordan Whittington short motions through the B gap as if he's the lead blocker, only to burst deep on the corner route, and look at the effect it has on Upton Stout. He has to step down to protect the gap in case of the handoff, but this leaves him completely out of position when he takes off, and Stafford is firing fast before the defense can recover.
Oh my gosh.
And here it is again from an even more condensed formation. This time, they boot Stafford out, and Whittington runs the flat route. And again, the play action has the defense behind the play, creating a wide open throw. They love this look to get their boot game going, distracting the defense with what looks like a commitment to the run, only to boot out for an easy pass. Whittington motions from slot across the formation, inserting through the C gap as the Rams run one of the trendiest plays in football, insert flash. It's a 3-level flood concept with the insert running the deep corner, the backside crosser running the intermediate, and the tight end running a flash to the flat, blocking for 2 counts before getting to his route. The insert motion distracts the defense, and Davis Allen is wide open, making an athletic play to make this a touchdown. And here, Whittington once again the motion man, but the Rams will run double insert, with Xavier Smith also looping through the other C gap before running his route. The insert freezes the DB long enough, and Stafford finds his man for the first down. They use this.
I feel like the Eagles run under center a lot. Now their play calling is not as intricate as Rams or the Seahawks, but I feel like they're under center a decent amount. I feel like the Chiefs are in shotgun a fair amount. I don't know if I see them line up under center crazy.
Motion a lot for Puka too, sneaking him through formations and coverages with crossing patterns on crucial downs.
Oh my gosh, that was tight.
That doesn't mean it's all insert when they pass from these formations. Sean McVay has multiple ways to attack from these looks. They'll run straight drop back from it, confusing defenses who were expecting a run. 2-2 motions from slot off the hip of Puka, and Stafford has a 7-step drop with the Rams running a crossing concept. The Angles have Puka winning, and he's running clean for another chunk play.
That's crazy.
Condensed, the boot is a big part of this game even when they don't use insert, creating both easy throws and chunk pickups. Look at Puka doing the dirty work here, motioning to tight and taking the edge defender in the boot play. Whittington gets lost amongst the motion, and he's wide open for Stafford to find. And here, it's his turn to set the edge on the boot. The run action has the safety with his eyes in the backfield, missing the tight end on the corner route. Stafford has clean grass, throwing this 25 yards downfield with just a flick of the wrist.
That was a good block. Good block. Good job by
And they can boot towards the triple wing side too.
Witt not
Big
holding.
play action fake has the Ravens overflowing to defend the tight set formation. And as they scramble back to find the routes, 44 gets stuck between defending hit.
Boy, talk about some good play calling, man. Oh my gosh. Business decision right here.
Higby and Puka, leaving another corner strike
Oh
for
my
Stafford to
gosh.
find. They like to fake this look too, using more play action to hold the defense. Whittington motions to tight, and the ball is snapped as if he's going to run an escort motion to the wide zone, only for it to become a stack motion Miami popularized a few years ago. Whittington drags a flat defender, and Adams cuts his way to space, perfectly in sync with Stafford. And here, they use it to set up a double move for Stafford. Whittington's motion has a corner tagging him, leaving Adams one-on-one with the safety. And you know what that means. Most corners can't stay with this man's route running, let alone a safety. And Stafford delivers a rainbow for 6.
Wow.
Operating all of these plays from under center increases the play action game's effectiveness, and the Rams lead the league in under center use percentage. By turning your back on the defense, you're declaring your intention to run the football. Combine this with a condensed formation that sells the concept and shortens route stems, and you can build a deadly play action game. Now, this isn't to say the Rams don't use spread shotgun formations. They do. It's just now only a portion of their offense,
Oh my gosh.
rather than the bulk like many modern passing attacks. Stafford can shift to the shotgun if teams get into heavy personnel, spreading everybody out and becoming a true 11 personnel team. And this is what makes them so difficult to match up with. Go heavy to defend these condensed formations and pseudo tight ends, and they'll spread you out and dime you all over the field with 2 all-pros at receiver and an all-time great at QB. If you're looking to understand how to attack modern defenses, the Rams are the best place to start. The use of pseudo 13 to manipulate defenses, only to then mangle the look with more misdirection, is poetry on turf. The players still make plays, of course. Kyron's a great do-it-all runner, Whittington's a hell of a blocker, and Stafford and Puka are one of the league's best duos. And then you have Davante Adams, a Hall of Fame receiver as your number 2. So yeah, a pretty stacked roster. Add a schematic advantage and a coaching wizard, you've got a team destined for January.
What would really happen?
Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section, man. Good vid about thinking football. They it's like they keep it so simple to make it like they make everything so simple that it's smart. I trade Chubb, I got for Oh, okay. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, man. Subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed.